Today, I'm having drinks with talented songwriter, producer, and performing artist, the gifted Mo Eazy. Thanks for joining me for drinks.
Thank you for having me.
I thought I'd treat you to a bit of champagne.
Thank you.
Cheers.
This is amazing. Cheers.
What are we cheersing to? You can make the toast.
Let's say new music,
Yes.
new path,
Yes.
greatness for both, I guess.
Amen to that. I'll cheers to that. Cheers.
Yes, man.
So, you've been busy.
Yeah.
You've been a busy man, booked and busy, new music, like
Yeah.
you said.
Yeah.
You have a new single, which
Yeah.
you just dropped, what, last week, 2 weeks ago?
About 2 weeks now.
No Time.
About 2 weeks, yeah, No Time.
Tell me about it.
Oh, No Time. No Time is just basically like, with every single one is like, I ain't got no time for no bad vibes, no time for, the downplay of what the industry can give you at times.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that works with every aspect of your life, really, to be honest. So it was just a vibe. I mean, the record was just a vibe, and that was the only thing that came to me when I heard the record, produced by Twin Beats, Delby's brothers, the twins. Yeah, so it was just an amazing record.
No, I love it. It gives me like, it's just chill.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
bad vibes,
Yeah,
no bad
yeah.
energy. I'm just here for
None of that. I
time.
run from it.
As you should. And I mean, the last full project you dropped was what, last year, and that was Love and Vibes.
Love and Vibes, yeah. That was just an EP, and obviously during the pandemic, it was like everybody was stuck at home. I felt like, you know what, let me just be creative and drop something for whoever was going to stream. There wasn't maximum push behind it or anything like that, but it was just like, something really nice, chill that you can listen to at home, and
what was
building
the
up.
reception?
Building up. The reception was really good. If you like chilled music, real laid back music, you can either drive to, chill at home with your people, watch a movie, that kind of vibe. So it was really cool. But then again, funny enough, that's leading up to a lot of the things I'm doing now, because it's all about the vibes and the love and showing love and positivity, to be honest. So.
Why positivity? It seems as if it's such a strong message in your music. It's all about, like I said, love, no bad energy, no bad vibes.
Yeah.
Why is that such a focal thing for you to focus on?
Because I feel like that's one thing that artists can really blend on. That's one thing that can push us all together. I mean, if you look at Afrobeats is now pretty much the #1 genre in the world, right? And that it feels good, it's exciting. Starting it from jump, from when it kicked off and being a part of it has been amazing. So really and truly, the positivity that we put into that is what will allow other artists to be able to collaborate and not look at it so much as competition. Absolutely. It's just like, you're bigger than me, or I'm bigger than you, or whatever.
Yeah.
We have the really good vibe, let's do it. It's all out of positivity.
And I love that, you're talking about collaboration. I've seen you collaborated with Ycee.
Oh, yeah.
And that song is probably my favorite.
So far.
Of yours. Yeah. Like, it just has such a good energy.
Yeah.
Because now I'm putting myself in a headspace. I'm like, I'm on holiday.
Vibes and trips,
Maybe by the beach, or like by a pool, drinks, my girls, or whatever. I just like having a good time. How did that collaboration with Ycee come about?
I've known for Ycee for a minute. We got closer when he came to the UK, and during the pandemic. And we did we did a few things, not for myself, but I was co-writing for another artist called Slims. We're doing his EP, and then Ycee was on there as well. So fast forward, we're in Ninge, and I was doing a camp? I did a camp, and I had
a writing camp.
A writing camp for myself, right? So I had almost 10 producers come through, from Twin Beats to Delby to Jazz Beats to Seeker to V-Sticks, other writers as well. It was just amazing. And I heard the record, I was like, this sounds like a Ycee record.
Yeah.
But actually, it was 3 records. So when it came in, I played the 3 records. And Vibes and Trips was the only thing he went crazy about. He was like, no. He didn't want to hear the rest of the 2. He said, this record, let's go. And and it did it right there and then. And it was just amazing. Dropping the record, we had a little hiccup, because dropping the record, I had little issues with his management after we dropped it. So about 2 weeks after we dropped it, it was off streaming platform, which really did set back a lot. You know,
because it was already on a roll.
it was already on a roll. It was already, yeah. So when all of that happened, I was big. I was hugely disappointed. But then we got it back up and everything's rolling out. But then because of my time, I needed to drop another record. Okay. So we've wasted like 3 weeks dealing with, and stuff like that. But, you know what I mean? It never stops. You just keep it going. You know, Vibes and Strips are still there. Hopefully sometime we might shoot the video, we might not, but we'll see how it goes.
I mean, we'll get back to the business of the music industry. But what is something that you've learned or maybe just picked up from working with Ycee, being around him, collaborating with him?
I mean, Ycee is a good guy. Ycee is, he is a vibe. He is definitely a vibe. Like him being in the room, he's always, especially if he's comfortable with people, it usually is a vibe and it's cool. But generally in the industry, if you're an artist and you're very deep rooted in the industry, you know that nobody really is your friend in the industry. So let's be honest, like outside of that, if you guys are friends, then that's good, that's great. But within the industry, I mean, you've got to know business is business.
Yeah, absolutely.
And right there and then, you can't put friendship into it. You just got to work on business spaces.
No, you're absolutely right. And I think that's something that a lot of new artists that are coming in may not sometimes know.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just learn it with experience.
Yeah.
But I guess in the same way that in the corporate world, not everybody you work with is your friend.
Yeah.
You know, we're all here to do a job, and sometimes you may have to collaborate with people.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes it's great, sometimes not so great, but, you know, you just have to do it. And then you also collaborated with the Queen, Yemi Alade. Tell me about how your relationship with her began.
I've known Yemi for ages. This goes way back to when I was signed to Dariat Alade.
Okay.
And that was over a decade ago. So I've known Yemi for a very long time, but I guess we grew closer as the year goes on. And I've just been fortunate enough to do some writing for her. So should all the records, well, I've worked on records that they've recorded previously and just turned it around like, yo, no, let's put this here, let's swap this around. She has a record with Camido that I structured as well. I co-wrote a record for her with her and Bisa KD. Yeah, that amazing record. A couple other records. I mean, if it all makes the projects, I mean, with like at least 5 or 6 records that I've co-written for her. Yeah, and then I have my own personal one. I have a record with her as well, which is amazing. One is coming out. It's crazy.
Fire.
Crazy.
Good vibes.
I think what it is with Yemi. Yemi is so. A lot of people have not seen her in other lights. You've seen her do high life. Yeah, but for my own, I've been able to sort of bring it down to the whole mid-tempo. It's like, a different Yemi, like it's crazy. It's crazy.
And you were with her in Paris when she did her headline show at the Olympia Hall. What was that like when you opened up for her?
It was crazy because I hadn't released No Time yet. So when they said, okay, I was gonna open, I said, all right, cool. There were 3 of us. 2 girls and then myself. So I told them to put me like last out of the 3, but they put me in the middle, which was good. I was able to raise the energy really well. But I performed 2 records that were unreleased. I performed Vibes and Trips, which was cool. Everybody was vibing. It was a trip.
You got the energy.
It was
going
dope.
With the
people. No Time. They were already going, oh my God, like this is, And then I did another record, which might be the next single. Omotonso, and when I did that, it's like the whole place just lit up, and I was shocked. I'm on stage and I was shocked. DJ's so good. I was looking at him like, bro, what's going on? Like, what's going on? And I mean, the reception was just it was amazing, you know. And then I ended up coming out to do the record we did with Bisa as well. She wanted me on that because I mean I have my vocals in there. So she just wanted me to come on stage and do that as well. So we did that, and it was just dope. I mean, her energy is unmatched. You know what I mean? Like, she's crazy. On stage, if you've not seen Yemi live.
Yeah, I've seen her, twice actually, and she just brings a whole new...
At her own concert.
It's just,
No, you need to go to her own concert. It's crazy.
I think I saw her at was it Africa Day or something, where there was an event, and actually I met you there, at the Yemi show.
Yes,
And
yes.
just the energy that she brought was just
Yeah.
exciting, and she made. There's something about her that makes you feel like you can approach her. You know, she's almost like your big sis in a way. You know, like, even though
well, she is Mama Africa. We call her Mama.
She's a superstar, but there's something about her that feels so humble and approachable, which I love. What are some things that you've picked up from her, just being around her, working with her?
I mean, just what you just said. I mean, she's very approachable. And Yemi's not somebody who is like, even if you walked inside the studio and you might not know anything about music and you're like, you know what, I think this will sound good here. She wouldn't par it off. She would be like, okay, tell me more. Yeah. She's that type of person.
Open.
Yeah, very, very, very open, very polite. She carries herself well, and what you would expect from an artist that's attained so much is not what she does. So you won't find her being pompous or anything like that. Like, she'll come in and just chill and just lay around and just have fun, all about the good vibes.
Earlier we spoke about the business of the music industry. You've been in the industry for some years now.
For a while.
What are some things that you've learned along those years that you feel like you wish you had known before you began?
Maybe the business aspects, that's number one, and number two is you have to be very consistent, not even to your own knowledge, but to match the pace of what the music industry is saying at that moment. Because your pace could be, let me drop this record and I'm gonna chill for another 6 months or a year, drop another record. It doesn't work like that. And it might be that the pace at the music, like now, it's even more, now it's like people, they take the music consumption as bubblegum, so they chew it.
Yeah.
And
spit
it out onto the next. Like, you could drop a record today, by next week, you're getting a tweet. How far now? Where's the next music? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's how it is now with the fans, because they want to be swamped by the music. They love the music and they want to consume it more and more and more and more. So consistency is definitely something that I know that I've learned. And then on the business aspect, you gotta get your paper right. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta get the likes of your PRSs right, and because there's been so much records that I've been a part of that I didn't do that for.
Okay, so you didn't do it for the money. You did it for the love.
No, that I didn't do the PRSs and the contracts for.
Okay, right.
And I was just, because I'm a type that you could be doing a record and I walk into the studio and I can hear something. And I'm just like, yo, put this here, or do this, or do that. But really, in reality, if you walk into a studio and you say, or you change you're part of that record.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So learning that over time makes me look back and be like, right, these are my records that I've been a part of, as you go and claim. But I mean, that's what it is. I just, But I mean, you can always get it back if you file in and do your stuff and do it right. I mean, it might come with a few back and forth conversations, but yeah, I mean, you could always do that.
And with the space that we're in, there's so many new artists that are rising, particularly with Afrobeats. This is a growing genre. How do you feel as an artist, where it just feels like, I'm not going to say it's saturated, but there's just so much going on, so many new artists coming in. Even with the artists that are established, they're also pushing music at a fast-paced rate.
Yeah.
Where do you find your ground, and how do you navigate that and not let it consume you almost, like, by what's going on everywhere else and what everybody else is doing?
Great question. What I would say about that is that the space and the ground is big enough for everyone. You know what I mean? Again, it depends on how you think about things and how you take it. If you look at the amount of artists that are popping now, doing their stuff and whatever, and you feel threatened by that, then you're not seeing the bigger picture, because you need that. We need that. And that's the only reason why Afrobeat is where it is right now. So we need more artists to pop up. We need to be able to say, oh, there's a concert every week. This artist, that artist, this artist, that artist. And we all go and support.
What's going on
right now is crazy. I've been doing, I did some writing for Runtown. I don't know if you heard the record, Things I Know. If you say "Na me make I know," the new record he just dropped, the new single.
No, I haven't heard it.
That's crazy. But I was a co-writer on that as well, and I've done some writing on his forthcoming album. I think maybe about 5 or 6 records as well. So I'm trying to do a lot. You get what I mean? Like not just for myself, but with other artists, because with that comes better creation. You know what I mean? That's the way you can challenge, pull yourself, and give them that sound or give them exactly what they want, give them that feel, that vibe. I'm doing that, and I'm also working on a lot for myself. I mean, I have a whole bunch of singles that we want to do back to back. Vibes and Trips has gone out. No Time's gone out. Kilonso, Omotonso is coming pretty soon. Jara with Yemi, I just let it slip. Jara with right Yemi Alade coming pretty soon as well. And then I'm just dabbling into different sounds, trying to work with. I have an amapiano sort of record as well that I've worked with, and yeah, just trying to do so much. I've recently even gotten into the studio to do some writing for Rebecca Winter as well, some stuff with Malogo as well, Del B, and we're just trying to do a lot. And then on the side of that, I have this Freestyle Monday thing that I do as well. So on my socials every Monday, I do a freestyle with a video and put it out there, and just keep everything sort of bubbling. And since we have the talent to do these things, we might as well do it, and let the fans have it, let them hear what's going on.
Let's get personal.
I did the part where I'm scared. Well, continue, Sha. No,
don't worry, I got you. I want to know about Little Mo. What was Mo Eazy like as a child, upbringing? Were you causing trouble, causing wahala in your house?
Hey.
What were you like?
Hey. Well, when I was younger, I wasn't Mo Eazy. I was more young Mo, and I was a bit of a troublemaker. Yeah, I was never as easy. I was never as easy as I am now. Yeah. That's when I did the record with what's this guy? When the name comes, I'll put it up. But yeah, I mean, at that time I was still into music fully. I was doing my stuff. I did a remix with Craig David. Oh, wow. At some point, yeah, I did a remix with Craig David, produced by one of the producers back then, and another guy. Universal was the song. Nate James. Okay. So Universal remix, you see it featuring Young Mo. See, that's one of the things I've not claimed. I'm going to claim it, but that was when I was younger, and it was a remix, and I jumped on there, did some rap. But I've always been into the whole music thing, but also I was a little bit of a troublemaker.
Do you feel like you've got to a space where you've found your sound and your voice within the industry?
100%, 100%, and I think that comes with time. I think that's what paying your dues is about. Paying your dues is not the amount of money you spend in the industry; it's the time you've spent.
10,000 hours.
Yeah, a lot more than that. But spending enough time, you would have the knowledge of how the sound is and how you can fit in and create your own space and your own niche. And for me, I don't like to be boxed. So I could be rapping one day and I could be singing one day. To me, it's what the music speaks is what I repeat. So I could listen to a record and I don't like people telling me, I want you to rap on this. No, it's whatever the music says. If I listen to it and it sounds like, okay, you know what, I need to flow rap on this, then I'll do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
From the outside looking in and someone who's somewhat involved within the industry, I think I have such a respect for musicians. And because I think it's one of the toughest industries you could ever decide to be in. Yeah. And for you, with the way that your journey has gone so far, what keeps you going? Because I'm sure at the beginning it wasn't so easy. You wasn't automatically getting into rooms with people like Yemi Alade. You wasn't automatically getting into rooms where you're writing for some of these big artists that you've mentioned. What's kept you going?
What's kept me going? One, passion. Two, when you think about your own journey personally, like why did you start? and what was music for you in the first place. And for me, it started off as therapy. So when I don't talk, I'm not one to talk. I don't talk much, even if I'm going through stuff. So how I deal with that is through music. So that's always the way. Even if I'm hiding away from it and you listen carefully, closely, you would hear exactly what he's kind of going through. So for me, aside from it being a passion and business, it's also therapeutic. So I keep it at that and just keep it moving.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I mean, it's great to know, you've got that outlet. But for the days that you do want to talk, who would you go to?
Nobody.
There has to be someone.
I mean, no,
your mom,
for real.
Your brothers, a cousin maybe, where, because sometimes you might say something without really saying it, or just kind of indicate to something that you're going through. So you don't really want to say it, but you want to say it without being explicit about what it is.
That's what the music does for me. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So I would go there and do that, and it's like I'm talking to people without talking to them. And some of those records might never be released. Do you get what I'm saying? Right. So, but once you're doing that, because the exercise there is letting it out. So if you're letting it out, it's not necessarily to someone's ears personally, but do it in a creative way. And I'm enjoying that process because I like being creative. So not only am I talking about the issue, I'm also learning and being more creative with it, which now ties into the passion. So at that point, I can make any mistake. I can sing bum notes and I don't care. You know what I mean? But I try my best to, just try and position and put everything hand in hand with what my passion is. To me, I give political answers. Don't worry.
No, don't give me political answers. I want you
I'm
to
kidding.
grow up with me, Yeah, so when it comes to this industry, I've had a few conversations with people in this industry, artists specifically, about how they navigate. Obviously, you're growing up, you're dating, you're looking for your person.
Yeah.
How do you navigate that?
So, but that one hard though, because I'm very wary of people. So it takes a lot for me to really actually get close to someone. So even if in a dating sort of world or whatever, like it takes a lot for me to even open up, like a lot. So half of the time, before it even gets to that point, I might have seen something that's thrown me off and I'm like, I'm good. Do you know what I mean? So it is hard because you've been in the industry for so long and you've seen how things move and how people navigate, especially within the industry. And obviously most people that you meet are within the industry. So for me, it's crazy. In that realm, I lack trust. So
you lack trust?
Yeah, for people, not for myself, for people. So it's very hard to get close to someone. Is
it due to what you've experienced yourself or because of what you've witnessed other people go through?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, both. And
who's
I
doing
mean that's
wrong? Who do I need to beat up? What's going on in these streets?
Yeah, I mean things happen, and you see things, and it just makes you think, you know what, like this is not where I want to be. This is not, and yet again, I mean, when you're going from A to B to C to D, it's all energy, and I would rather pretty much put that energy into what I'm doing and focus. Not to say, obviously it's cliche, a lot of artists say that I'm focused on my music. You are going to date, but should it go further, it might be very, very hard because of the lack of trust you have in people. And you know what I mean? You never know. The right person might come and you might be like, you know what, this is it. Let's go. Yeah.
Do you believe in the idea of the one?
Do
you believe in the idea of the one or a soulmate?
No, the one is a movie.
Okay, fair. You're like, nah,
but you never know. You know what I mean? I can't talk about what I've not experienced.
That's true.
Because really and truly, you get with people and you're probably feeling like, you know what, they have everything that I really want or whatever, and then later down the line, it's like your enemies. Yeah, so really and truly, I don't know. I don't know if I can believe in that. I think it's the maturity to try and make something work. Should you believe enough that, you know, I can tolerate or you can tolerate me, and then we can make something work, you know what I mean? But it's understanding, isn't it?
What does Mo look for when he's dating?
What do I look for?
Or what's something that stands out to you?
Look-wise or just in general?
Just in general.
Just in general, peace. Because that, I feel like no matter what you want to buy or you want to give someone or whatever, if they have no peace with you, it's a wrap. It's like him being backstage and his mind is jumping. Oh, she's with this, she's here, she's. You know what I mean? Like no. But peace is the biggest thing that you can give anybody, any guy, to be honest. And I feel like that's pretty much what I look for.
Have you ever been in love?
That's a very tricky question. I could say I felt like that at a point, but I mean, you know, the older folks always say if you've been in love with someone, you can never lose the love. You can.
Like that love.
But if it goes, then was it really
love?
True? Was it really love, or because sometimes we can get it mixed up, love and lust.
Okay. So
right?
Was it lust?
I wouldn't say it was totally lost, but I wouldn't say okay, falling in love with someone. No, I would say I had love for someone to a great extent, you know what I mean, and that fizzled out.
Did you love them?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say I did, but for it to fizzle out, I don't think it was something that was obviously that much of a big deal.
I mean, I think you can love someone and have love for them, but just because it's fizzled out doesn't mean it wasn't real. I think it was still real, and what you felt in that moment and what you shared was still very real.
Okay, so
but it can, it can end.
Do you still love your ex-boyfriend? Oh, tricky question. Hot seat.
Which one? No, I have love for you. I don't love you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But in the relationship, you're like, you love them.
Well.
Yeah.
I wish you well, and I want you to be happy over there, far away. Me.
But you don't love them. You just have love for them.
Like I have love for
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
I'm not someone who breaks up with somebody and then I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what I felt for you was real.
Yeah.
So I don't hate you unless you've wronged me on the next level. But then I mean that still happened, but I still have some sort of love for you. But I can love you from a distance,
But you were in love with them.
I don't think I've ever been in love.
Oh, okay.
That's different.
Yeah.
You know when someone's like, I'm in love, like I would die for him. I picture my future with this man, like he's the one. Like truly felt like they were their be all and end all.
Yeah.
I don't think I felt that.
You don't think you felt that? Okay.
No, I think I'm a bit.
So I think
I'm a little bit like you. Like it takes me a while to get there and to fully trust and like bare my heart and soul to somebody. Okay.
So I guess we've both not had that experience, so we can't go there. So we just leave it as yes, you have love for them, and once it fizzles. Bye.
No, I hear you. So, do you look, or no? Are you looking for love? Do you want to do the whole marriage and kids and all that stuff? Is that something you desire?
I mean, kids, yeah. I'm not. The marriage, I mean, it's not something I'll say no to, but it's not something that's priority to me.
Right.
In the sense that a lot of people are married publicly, but they're not married within. Do you get what I mean? Like, so for me, it's about being married within. Like, you could be with someone and you guys are actually proper married.
Yeah.
Rather than it's a ceremony and party for everybody else to just come and have fun and take pictures. And half of the people you don't even know. So, but I mean, it's not on top of my list, but you know what I mean? It's always good to have a soulmate or someone, a spouse who believes and cheers you on. It's very, very important. It's different from having friends or your friends who would always be there like, yeah, this is my guy. Mm-hmm. So that is very important. And should that come, then, you know what I mean, it's God's will. But as of now, bye-bye, we take it easy. We just...
you just focus on your work.
Just focus, just focus and keep doing, and whatever comes. You know what I mean?
I'm sure they'll come. Let's put a sign out there for Mo to
No,
find
don't put sign no.
I want to start recruiting
in the right time, things will happen.
No,
but
for sure,
but I mean, we're not out there looking up and down.
Yeah, so no. God will take care of it.
Amen to that.
Do you believe in God? Are you a spiritual person?
Oh yeah, I believe in God. I mean, I grew up in church. I used to play drums in church as well. So, which is again where the music came from.
Do you know what they say? Do you know what they say about drummers in church?
What?
That
You tell me.
You should be running.
Why?
I don't know. Somehow along the line, drummers in church have earned themselves a reputation. Yeah, apparently you guys are a bit of a red flag. So.
Wow, that's not cool. That's not even that. That's not. It's not true. It's not totally true.
No, were you a good boy? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was in my young days. I was not exactly the best person, but you know, what I mean, I was doing my thing. But
I appreciate the honesty.
I would, I wouldn't say it's a red flag moment. Yeah. But yeah, no, a lot of musicians from church do transition into being professional musicians and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's very easy to get carried away with the fame. It's very, very easy to get carried away with the attention that you probably would get. And I guess some girls just love the way guys they beat the drum. But I don't know, but if that's the case, I mean, if you're gonna say that about drummers, what would you say about the singers?
I mean, we've not heard anything about the singers. You know, like
not even about the other instrumentalists. No,
it was
just the drummers.
Yeah, it's just like how there's, we're not gonna get.
Okay, well, I stopped playing drum a long time ago, so I'm out of that scene.
So I'm not a drummer.
I'm not there.
Does that ever come in handy when you're producing now?
Yeah, because like again, when I'm doing certain records or I've worked on certain records with Yemi, I'm able to listen to the patterns and just be like, let's put this kick here or let's put that kick there. Let's change this format. And it's helped me in my own personal stuff as well. So I'm able to it's opened my ear to experimenting with loops and stuff like that. So.
If you had to take back anything from this year or something that you've learned this year, what would it be?
Live every moment like it's golden. And the reason I'll say that is, rest in peace, Steve Osagi. He was one person that taught me that tomorrow is not a promise to nobody. Just do your best today and live your best today. You know what I mean? We buried him just a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And I remember seeing him like a couple days before he passed away. And I went to him to complain about a situation like, yo, this is what they did. Da, 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 da. And he came into the front room and he was laughing and he said, Mo, forget it. Let's go on to the next and just be happy. Let's be positive. This next one, we now know what to do, how to do it and stuff like that. So he's always one person that's always about connecting people, having the best time at that present moment. Whatever you can do today, do not push it till tomorrow, and just live your life, man. Yeah, man, live your life like it's golden, man. Every day is a present, and tomorrow's not promised.
Thank you for that. I'm gonna take that on.
Please.
I'm gonna cheers to you, and the new music coming up.
Yeah,
success.
Definitely. Amen.
More sold out records.
Amen.
Top 10 records.
Amen.
Number 1 records.
Yes, ma'am.
Grammys.
Yes, ma'am. Amen. Hey, amen.
we receive it.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, cheers. Thank you for hanging out with me.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, we're gonna play a game. I love a good game, so I'm gonna take you over to the pool table.
Pool table.
Yeah.
Can you play pool though?
Listen, that wasn't in your script for today. Okay. The point is, we're just gonna play the game. Whether I can play or not is a different question.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. So. Okay, so I have a question for you, right? So this game is called Top 5.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask you your top 5 favorite things.
All right.
Yeah. So. First question is your favorite album of all time.
Oh, favorite album of all time.
How people say I'm terrible?
Cool one. I would definitely have to say Brandy. Brandy's album, Never Say Never, because I think she's influenced, if not 90% of the females in the industry, then everybody, you know,
No, she's amazing.
with her vocals, with the textures, with the arrangements. So Brandy, definitely, I definitely listen to her back to back.
Okay, it's your turn. Favorite artist of all time?
Favorite. You know, that's a very hard question, because there are a lot of great artists. It will be hard to say this is my favorite artist. But if I am to pick one, I'd probably say Jay-Z.
Why Jay-Z?
Because I mean, I started off as a full-time rapper. Like that was all I did. So
Really?
yeah, that was all I did. Rap. And Jay-Z was one person that we all looked up to, me and, you know, my guys around me and stuff like that. Yeah, he was just immaculate. It was crazy. You know, you also had obviously the Biggies and the Tupac, which also are great. But I think I bonded a bit more with Jay-Z, so I might say Jay-Z.
Nice, I like that. An album which reminds you of your childhood.
An album that reminds me of my childhood, that people would understand, because like Mom played a lot. Oh wow, Mom played a lot.
Wait, is it my turn now?
It's still your turn. Yeah, now you're on the Reds.
Okay.
Favorite album that reminded me of my childhood, I would have to say Thriller by Michael Jackson. Thriller by Michael Jackson, because we did listen to that a lot as well. Yeah.
Do you have a particular favorite song on that album?
If I say I remember it, I'm lying.
Okay.
Because it was a slow record. But then again, it might be Beat It. Beat it, beat it, beat it.
Okay.
You know, we need the dance steps, especially Johnson. Okay, Johnson knew the dance steps back to back.
If you had to perform one song forever.
No, that's cheating. You can't say that. I can't say one song forever.
Okay, if you had to perform one, if you had to pick one of your favorites, what would it be? I know it's kind of like asking someone to pick their favorite child, but what's one of your favorites that you've created or most proud of?
I'd say I'm proud of everything, but if I am to perform one that I think resonates more now with me, that I could perform back to back anywhere, it would have to be No Time. Because it's not just about the song, it's about the message as well. It's like, I ain't got no time for no bad vibes. Like, I'm on that good vibes. Only if you're on that good vibe, be over here. If you're not, then just stay over there. So, yeah, it would have to be No Time, definitely, for now.
And the last question, of all the songs that you've helped co-create, contributed to, which one is your favorite or you're most proud of?
Oh. No, that question can land me in trouble.
I was about to say, don't get in trouble.
In the next 6 months, that question can land me in trouble. But I can say what I'm enjoying right now that I think is crazy is Things I Know by Runtown. Yeah, Things I Know by Runtown. I think it's a vibe. It's just a record. Yeah. It's great. It's a great record. It's a great. Have you? What, you gonna go and listen to it?
Of course, I'm gonna go listen.
Please do. Please do, and let me know what you think. Because it's crazy. I think in the first week they did almost 7 million streams.
Wow.
So it's amazing. His project that's about to come out is gonna be major. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. And I just pray all the records we wrote is on that album, which is you know.
I've had fun. I hope you've had too.
I've had too much fun. You beat me on the table though. I got to say that because you got the balls in.
No, you know, yeah. We'll see if we can continue after this wraps up, and hopefully I can win. But thank you. That is Drinks with Noms. We are out.
Peace.